Shabbat Shalom. Before we get started, please silence or turn off your cell phones. Welcome to Beth Israel. I'm Jo Ellen Bromberg, and I serve on your board of directors as your fundraising co-director. President Ricky Bauman is our service leader tonight. Phyllis Koch will light the Shabbat candles. The Kiddush and Motzi will both be at the conclusion of the service in the Henry Gibson Social Hall. We will have grape juice, wine, and challah. Andrew and Linda Greenfield are hosting our oneg tonight in celebration of their 55th anniversary. Absolutely, yay, mazel tov. New congregants and guests, would you please stand or wave when I call your name? Philip and Dory Green. And Jean Wonder. Where's
Over
Jean?
there.
Welcome. Shabbat Shalom.
Well, good evening and Shabbat Shalom. As you know, I'm not the meditation person, so if you're looking for that, you came on the wrong night. But regardless, I do have something inspirational, and it actually comes from my childhood. I found this reading is just one of my favorite readings in the entire Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh. This particular reading tonight comes from Nevi'im, the prophets, in particular Micha, who we know as the prophet Micah. And it shall be at the end of days that the mountain of Adonai's house shall be firmly established at the top of the mountains, and it shall be raised above the hills, and people shall stream upon it. And many nations shall go, and they shall say, Come, let us go up to Adonai's mountain and to the house of the God of Jacob, and let God teach us of God's ways, and we will go in God's paths. For out of Zion shall come forth the Torah, the instruction, and the word of Adonai from Jerusalem. And God shall judge between many peoples and reprove mighty nations from afar off. And you know this line. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift the sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And they shall dwell each one under his vine and under his fig tree, and no one shall make them move. The older translation is afraid. For the mouth of Adonai of hosts has spoken. For all people shall go, each one in the name of their God, but we will go in the name of Adonai, our God, forever and ever. We start our musical worship tonight with How Lovely Is This Day, Ma Yafeh Hayom.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom.
We call Phyllis Koch to the bema to light the Shabbat candles.
Just to finish that up, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is this day, or how pretty. And Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Light kindled on the eve of the seventh day is a sign of the Shabbat and a reminder. It reminds us that a solitary flame can light up the darkness and that hope can be kindled even in despair. May our lives be strengthened by hope. May our lives be warmed by the divine light of compassion, and may our lives reflect that light. May the peace of Shabbat fill our hearts and fill the world. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'vitzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Bring them down.
Good. Whoops. This is the hard part. The blessing is not hard.
There you go. Now you
on.
got it.
We
You
got
don't
it.
need the bottom.
Okay.
She's got it.
I got it. Maybe.
You'll get it.
There we go.
There we are.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Phyllis. We continue with our musical prayers, and next is peace to all of us. Shalom Aleichem.
La 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 Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. La 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 Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. La 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
All right. As we have wished peace to all of us, because that's what Shalom Aleichem says, let's individually give each other a blessing of peace. Oh, pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you. You can stay there, John. Yendis. Yes. Joellen. Carol. Jean. Good Shabbos. Lynn, good Shabbos. Phyllis, good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. And you get a Yishar Kochech.
Oh, why aren't you here?
Charlie, good Shabbos. Jeff.
Okay.
Lynn.
Enough chaos. Yeah.
Oh, no, you got to have the chaos. And we continue with the Hatzi Kaddish in English on page 26 as we mark the transition to the formal service from the introductory prayers. And let's read together. Exalted and hallowed be God's great name in the world which God created according to plan. May God's majesty be revealed in the days of our lifetime and the life of all Israel, speedily, imminently, to which we say, Amen. Blessed be God's great name to all eternity. Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy Blessed One, beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise and comfort, to which we say Amen. Please rise if you are able, for blessed are you, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach, Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Next on the screen is a paraphrase of the prayer for actually twilight, the transition from day to night, the Ma'ariv Aravim. Let's read that together. The shadows of evening fall, and stars appear in the heavens. Night follows day, but the sun dispels darkness and brings warmth and growth to all it touches. This is the order of the universe. It brings us day and night, dawn and twilight, a time to work and a time to bless, a time to expand and a time to replenish. In all of these, God can be found. We continue musically with Love Forever, Ahavat Olam. Please rise if you're able for the watchword of our faith. Hear Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. And let's read the English for a change. Hear Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever, even though the screen changed. Please be seated. But I will compliment you tonight because the Baruch Shem was the correct tune. So I'm very happy tonight. And let's read You Shall Love the V'ahavta together on page 36. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home, when you are away, when you lie down, and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Our next musical prayer is Who is like you among the gods, Adonai? Let's join Dan Nichols and 18 in singing the words to Mi Chamocha. Words are on the screen.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh vele, Nora tehilot oseh vele, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. Nora tehilot oseh vele, Nora tehilot oseh vele, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed.
Our next musical prayer is a prayer that we lie down in peace and that we get raised back up in the morning to life, because the ancients were very superstitious and believed that sleep was actually a form of living death. And there was no guarantee that you would wake up in the morning. And the idea that demons and all other nasty things roamed around during the night, and this way, if we said this prayer, that God would protect us. Hashkivenu.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, ve'amidenu shomreinu lechayim.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom B'Hamidei
Let's read together on page 44. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. If you recognize it, that's the Vishamru. Please rise if you are able for the tefillah, the prayer. Adonai sefasai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Together. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city, but prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. Continue. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Continue. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. Please be seated. The following is actually one of my favorite prayers in this prayer book, which was printed in 2007, and it was literally quite a surprise to find it in there. It is the Prayer for a Disturbed Sabbath, written by Rabbi Mitchell Salem Fisher in 1930. That's the rabbi that was very dissatisfied with the status quo and the total lack of activism that he found in the pulpits at the time. To me, none of its meaning or punch has been lost in the last 95 years. Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from complacency. Make us dissatisfied. Dissatisfied with a peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesterdays. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Ken Yehiratson, be this God's will. Our next musical prayer is our petition for God's grace. Ritzeh.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam me'ahava Tikaber Tamin avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karov Lechol Koreav Penei Alavadecha V'choneinu Shefoch Ruchacha
Let's read together the reading on the screen. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul And may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We pause for silent prayer. Anne Frank's words are on the screen. Use these or any other tefillah belev, prayer of the heart. We continue our musical worship with meditation by Cantor Marshall Portnoy. This is the time in our service where we would have a Torah service, except we have them on the second and fourth, and not the first and third. As today is the third, we're not having a Torah service, but this is the time that it would be. And it's the serious time right now. It's a time where we think of the hostages still in captivity, 20 maybe alive, 30 known dead, well over 600 days in captivity, starved, tortured, and living in beastly conditions in tunnels. And let's sing our prayer for the hostages, Lu Yehi. Lu Yehi, Lu Yehi, Ana Lu Yehi, Kol Shenivakesh, Lu Yehi, Lu Yehi, Lu Yehi, Ana Lu Yehi, Kol Shenivakesh, Lu Yehi. And we continue thinking of those that are in need of our prayers, and people we're thinking of that are either homebound, ill. And the congregants are Shirley Bergman, Harvey Berman, Barry Brown, Lee Danzig, Ann DeMoss, Batsheva Sarah Gamron, Arnie Goldklang, Liz Jacobs, Verdna Kelly, Carolyn Corlin, Wilma Levine, Joellen Lowenthal, Marvin Lutzker, Marlis Markovitz, Kent McBride, Bonnie Meyer, Barbara Milstein, Paula Newberger, Leslie Rapkin, Fanny Reese, Laura Rudifers, Jacqueline Schindler, Brenda Shapiro, Joe Sheff, Joel Seitz, Charles Steinberg, Norman Topf, Stanley Zarowski, Leslie Swain, Ariel Bat Rivka, Ariella Bat Shoshana, Avra Bat Hinda, Baruch Ben Leah, Beryl Bat Shia Verachel, Chana Pesa Bat Golda, Chanan Rachmel Ben Yehuda, Chava Bat Esther Malka, Chaya Esther Bat Chana, Devorah Bat Ruth, Devorah Bat Sarah, Fegi Devasha Bat Baracha, Frumalea Bat Sarah, Heshli Ben Devorah, Lieb Shalom Ben Fagel, Masha Surah Bat Chana, Menachem Ben Frima, Mindela Bat Frima, Miriam Bat Thelma, Pesach Lev Ben Sarah, Sarah Mindel Bat Chana Leah, Shaul Yochanan Ben Sarah, Shana Bat Chai Esther, Shana Baracha Bat Yudit, Shana Leah Bat Devorah, Shulamit Bat Zillah, Surah Freda Bat Mordechai, Surah Raisa Bat Esther, Velvel Ben Hindabela, and Yonatan Ben Hasia. If there are any names that have not been mentioned, feel free to say their names aloud or silently as you choose now. Tricia. We continue with the Misha Berach prayer on page 253. Together. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And we continue together the prayer for the state of Israel. Please, God, bless the state of Israel. Spread over it the shelter of your peace and love. Send your light and truth to those who lead and judge it, and to those who hold elective office. Place in them wise counsel, that they will walk in the way of justice, freedom, and integrity. Strengthen the hands of those who guard the land of Israel, and give peace to the land, and joy to all its inhabitants, whatever their religion, race, or nationality. Remove from them hatred and enmity, jealousy and malice. Plant in their hearts love and kindness, peace and friendship. And fulfill the vision of your prophet Isaiah. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And let us say, Amen. Now that last phrase you heard me say earlier from the book of Micah. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Because the same prayer is in both prophets. One has a little additional line in it, and I forget which one it is, but it's one of them. And Right now I would normally do the sermon, but I'm going to take a little bit of liberty tonight and ask Andrew and Linda Greenfield to come up to the bema, please. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May Adonai bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'kuneka. May God's light shine upon you and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence with you always and may you find peace. God's greatest gift is peace. On the occasion of their 55th anniversary. They had no idea. What I'm about to read is from an article written by Gary Zola of the American Jewish Archives, an affiliate of Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion and the Union for Reform Judaism in Cincinnati. I have met this man, and he is absolutely brilliant. And he has he's got to be near 80 now, or in his 80s, and he has bright red hair, natural. Just as an aside. Tonight I'm going to talk about Rabbi Perry E. Nussbaum. I never met him, but I know of him in an unusual way. I grew up in Long Beach. Now this is me talking. I grew up in Long Beach, New York, and we were congregants in Temple Emmanuel in Long Beach. Our rabbi was Bernard Kligfeld, but next to his office were brass plaques listing the previous rabbis. One of these plaques had Perry Nussbaum on it, who was Rabbi Kligfeld's predecessor. Somehow over the years, I remembered that. Okay, now we're going into what Gary Zola said. Rabbi Perry Nussbaum became a controversial proponent of civil equality in Mississippi during the 1950s and 1960s. Raised in Toronto, Ontario, Nussbaum was the son of working-class Eastern European Jewish immigrants. Nussbaum's family attended a small Orthodox synagogue, and he did not encounter Reform Judaism until shortly after his graduation from Toronto's Central High School of Commerce. Unable to gain acceptance to the Chartered Accountants of Toronto, a rejection he attributed to being a Jew, Nussbaum began working as secretary to Rabbi Barnett Brickner of Toronto's Holy Blossom Temple. Brickner encouraged Nussbaum to apply to Hebrew Union College in Cincinnati. Matriculating in the fall of 1926, Nussbaum earned his undergraduate diploma from the University of Cincinnati in 1931 and received his rabbinic ordination from the Hebrew Union in 1933. He seriously considered enrolling in a social service school after his ordination, but instead decided to take a congregation. During his student years, Nussbaum maintained a correspondence with Rabbi Ferdinand Isserman, who had succeeded Brickner at Holy Blossom in Toronto. Isserman's passionate concern for social justice issues impressed Nussbaum, and Isserman soon came to serve as his rabbinic role model. Nussbaum's direct and forceful personality played an important role in shaping his rabbinate. By his own admission, Nussbaum was never a diplomat. He had little capacity for catering to superiors, even those who might be in a position to further his career. He was the last member of his class to be offered a pulpit by Hebrew Union President Dr. Julian Morgenstern, who sent the new rabbi as far from Cincinnati as possible. Melbourne, Australia. It's not over yet. When the congregation dismissed Nussbaum 6 months later, Morgenstern urged Nussbaum to pursue another career altogether. Nevertheless, Nussbaum persevered. In the fall of 1934, he went to Amarillo, Texas, to officiate for the High Holy Days and managed to translate this temporary assignment into a permanent position. Now you have to figure this is the height of the Great Depression. Jobs were hard to find. And they had to have money, his family, to even keep him in school. Because my dad graduated high school in 1929. He went to what's now Clark University, and that didn't last too long because the crash. Nussbaum's difficult experience in Melbourne presaged 2 problematic decades in the American rabbinate. Between 1937 and 1954, Nussbaum served pulpits in Pueblo, Colorado, Wichita, Kansas, Trenton, New Jersey, Long Beach, New York, and Pittsfield, Massachusetts. In 1954, a rabbinic colleague urged Nussbaum to apply for the open pulpit at Beth Israel. Not this one. We didn't exist. Jackson, Mississippi. Nussbaum landed the position and arrived in Jackson only a few months after the U.S. Supreme Court's 1954 Brown versus the Board of Education decision outlawing racial segregation in public schools. The court's decision was a watershed event for the nation and for Nussbaum. As the new rabbi in the state's capital, he promptly became the spokesman for Mississippi Jewry. Nussbaum was embroiled in the struggle over civil rights throughout his nearly 2 decades in Jackson. His actions provoked criticism and even enmity from many quarters. On one hand, he distressed some members of his congregation when he publicly criticized Mississippi segregationists and urged Jackson Jews to accept the Supreme Court's decision as the law of the land. Many of his congregants worried that their rabbi's outspokenness would provoke a violent backlash that would endanger the synagogue and the larger Jewish community. Sound familiar? Yet, Nussbaum refused to be censored, and he continued publicly to condemn racism and injustice. At the same time, Nussbaum vigorously defended Southern Jews to their northern co-religionists, who the rabbi believed had very little appreciation for the genuine dangers that existed during this turbulent era. And we know the Ku Klux Klan was very active in that time. Nussbaum's reputation as a man of courage grew when he volunteered to minister to civil rights activists imprisoned in Mississippi's state penitentiary in the early 60s. Although some of his congregants begged him to remain above the fray, Nussbaum refused to keep silent. He helped to integrate the city's ministerial association, and to the chagrin of many in Jackson, the rabbi invited the Integrated Ministerial Association to meet in the temple itself. Nussbaum repeatedly told his congregants that as Jews, they were obligated to promote justice and defend liberty. On September 18, 1967, a bomb destroyed a significant portion of Beth Israel's new synagogue building. On November 22nd, the rabbi's home was bombed. Nussbaum and his wife escaped without physical injury, but these experiences left the rabbi traumatized and embittered. Well, who wouldn't be? A leading Southern Baptist minister who came to Nussbaum's home to express sympathy regarding the bombing was told, "Spare the regrets." Nussbaum said, "If you really want to show your sympathies," he lectured the minister, "then tear up whatever you're preparing for your sermon next Sunday morning and speak to the people in the front rows about their culpability in everything that's happened, not just to me, but to the blacks in their churches over the years." A few days later, Nussbaum resigned from Jackson's Rotary Club, where he had been active for nearly 14 years. Despite appeals from the community, the rabbi refused to reconsider his decision. Years later, Nussbaum expressed regret over these displays of pique. Justified or not, his hot-headed conduct in the aftermath of the bombings diminished his standing in the Jewish community and among Jackson's social elite. Jackson's Jewish leaders expected their rabbi to function as a goodwill ambassador to the community at large, not as a harsh social critic. Though he was nearing retirement, the thought of remaining in Jackson's charged environment seemed increasingly intolerable to Nussbaum. He applied for other positions, but found no takers for a 60-year-old rabbi. With no other viable options, Nussbaum completed his contract, remaining in Jackson until 1973, when he and his wife, Arlene, retired to San Diego. He died on March 30th, 1987. During his lifetime, he received little recognition for his civil rights activities. However, his intrepid refusal to keep silent and his determination to follow his moral conscience in the face of life-threatening violence mark him as a noteworthy religious leader in Mississippi during the 1950s and 1960s. Please rise for our concluding prayer, starting with the Elenu on page 282. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tzer gilad l'yoseh reishi, shelo asana kugaye aratzo, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samanu kahem, v'gohor aleinu k'chol hamonam, Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. I heard you, John. Please be seated. We continue musically with In That Day by Yom Hahu, which is V'ne'emar. we recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. For those that are observing a yard site tonight, please rise when your loved one's name is read and remain standing if you are able. During this period of Shiva, the first week of a loss, we remember Byron Samuel, husband of Phyllis Samuel. During this period of Shilashim, the 30 days of intensive mourning, we remember Ada Rosenblatt, cousin of Ed Birkin, Don Zion, husband of Sandy Zion, and Susan Pernick, friend of Carolyn Corlin and me. And we remember the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Sid Bergman, husband of Shirley Bergman, Edward LaPointe, father of Diane Berthold, Joseph Levine, family of Sandy Goldstein, Philip Turchik, father-in-law of Sid Goldstein, Ronald Kaplan, late husband of Denise Gormley, Randy Gazinski, son of Maggie and Bob Gazinski, Kaufman Katz, father-in-law of Carol Katz, Gertrude Teitelbaum, mother of Hildy Klein, Denise Newton, niece of Barbara Milstein, Emmanuel Katkin, father of Paula Newberger, Shirley Shostak, mother of Ronald Newberger, Rose Harriton, mother of Beverly Noren, Milton Paper, father of Gloria Rubin, Fanny Drexler, grandmother of Phyllis Samuel, Norman Steloff, father of Deborah Schwam, Harry Brown, grandfather of Barbara Silver, Gladys Holtzman, mother-in-law of Stephen Tabin, Mildred Singman, mother-in-law of Harvey Weiss, Molly Capral, Jack Green, Sal Fishman. If there are any other yard sites not mentioned tonight, please say their names now.
Dick Webb, my brother-in-law. Marilyn Fisher, my mother. Edward Berry, my husband.
Fanny Cohn, my grandmother.
And we bless their memories. And we remember those that perished in the Shoah, the Holocaust. Tonight we mention by name this week six of those 6 million Jews of the former Czechoslovakia: Vitislav Tausig, Erna Tanzer, Wolf Schwart, Jonas Spicer, Olga Zoller, Giozo Zabo, in remembrance, in solidarity, and on behalf of whom there is no one but us to say Kaddish. Please rise if you are able, and let us join together as a Kehillah, a community in the Katish Yotom, the Orphans Kaddish, page 598. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chai echon v'yom echon, uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'al v'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Gehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Li'olam Olamei Omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Dekudasha Barichu La'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechemata Dalmiran V'yoma V'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for blessing, and let us say Amen. Please be seated. Joellen Bromberg will give us the remainder of the announcements. If you thought you had them in the beginning, watch.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
There you go.
I'd like to Do a special thanks to Ricky and also to Phyllis. And many, many thanks to our tech team for their continuing support each and every week. I guess they get a little crazy in there after a while. We have recently had a number of congregants in the hospital, in rehab facilities, or at home. Our list is now published weekly. If you know of someone sent to the hospital, emergency room, or any other care facility, please notify Delise Axon or Ricky Bauman. Torah study kicks off on the second and fourth Saturdays from 10 to 11:30. Join Rabbi Phil on August 23rd over coffee and bring a dairy nosh to share. Food, coffee, and Torah, an amazing combination, in person and on Zoom. Coffee House tomorrow night, the doors open at 6:30.
No, excuse me, my error.
Oh,
A week from Saturday.
a week from Saturday,
Week from
okay?
Saturday.
So that would be the 23rd. At 6:30, fun kicks off at 7 o'clock. It's a new time. It's a game night. I don't have the particulars, but Walter will fill us in. Make a reservation by emailing bethisraelcoffeehouse@gmail.com. This is a great place to make and enhance friendships, both in and out of Beth Israel. And bring a friend. Open to all, $10 per person for congregants, $15 otherwise. Chair Yoga continues Tuesday from 11 to noon with Jean Shannon teaching. Contact Jean or Donna Wiener for more information. Starting Thursday, August 28th from 12 to 1:30, lunch and learn. Bring your own lunch, no shellfish or pork. And Rabbi Phil will bring something to nourish your mind and soul, in person and on Zoom. Erev Shabbat service next Friday night, August 22nd, with Rabbi Phil on the Bima. We will also have a Torah service, and Ricky will read from Re'eh.
Re'eh. See, that's what it means. See.
Those are the announcements for today, and you can find Walter in.
Right there.
Right.
If anybody's planning on coming to the Shabbat dinner on the 29th, please get your checks to me.
Okay, if you didn't hear that, Shabbat dinner on August 29th. You need to get your checks to Rochelle Lafer ASAP. Rochelle, is it $13 a person? Okay, $13 a person.
And chicken teriyaki.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
soup.
And matzo
Fried
ball
rice.
soup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel. You know, had I planned on giving the blessing to Andrew and Linda, I would not have picked this closing song tonight because this was totally unplanned. But this was the first time I actually met them and put the faces together with the names. Because the Greenfield that I know is Larry, who now lives near Philadelphia. But regardless of all that, our closing song on this Erev Shabbat is the priestly blessing from the book of Bamidbar, Numbers, the Yivarechecha, sung by Susan Collin. The words are on the screen.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and protect you. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God turn to you in blessing. May God turn to you in blessing and give you peace.
Kiddush and Motzi in the social hall. Please turn your cell phone back on. Rochelle Afer, and Shabbat Shalom. That is the Westchester Reformed Temple.
Yeah, but I'm saying to change his name.
No, that's Westchester Reformed.